Hello, it's Kelly from Myofascial and Sports Therapy. We're in day 2 of lockdown in Victoria, and so today I'm going to give you some ideas on how to work through the lower leg, calf muscles and perineals. Sunday is normally a long run day, bike ride, outdoors activities day. We have 2 hours, so I hope you've been out and enjoyed the sunshine and got your fix of outdoor time. What we'll need today is the 2 things I will be using is a spiky ball and a lacrosse ball. If you don't have these and a tennis ball is all you have, that's fine, or a golf ball. So I'm going to start with the lacrosse ball, working through the plantar fascia, so underneath the foot. So what we want to do is be working through from the ball to the heel of the foot and coming up into this medial part of the foot. So I'll do it standing up. You can do this sitting down. So you can roll, you don't need to apply a lot of pressure, but you can roll from the ball right up to the heel. So you can do it nice and slow, and that will work through the fascia as well. So you can work lengthways. You can work across the foot. So we call that a cross fibre, because the direction of the fibres are this way. So we're going to go across it. If you feel a nice little tender spot, then you might focus on that area, or you might choose to apply a little bit of pressure. So just forcing down with gravity and trying to let the foot relax over the top of the ball. You can come right into that medial section here. So we do have an attachment of plantar fascia coming into here. So rolling away, trying to get some nice length through there, and switching to the other side as we roll through. So research has shown using a tennis ball for 2 minutes on each foot increases hamstring length, and research that I've done with students at university has shown, just in a classroom setting, has shown a golf ball gives even more length with only 2 minutes at a time. So you can roll that lengthways, come across, and always make sure that you're going through different parts of the foot and not keeping it in the one spot if you're going across, and just applying some pressure straight down. So the reason I always start with the foot before going into the calf is that I try and start away from the area that's causing tension or pain. Okay, so we've worked through the plantar fascia, so you can do 2 to 5 minutes each side. As I say, you can do that in a seated position. So I'm going to come down now onto the floor, and using the spiky ball, I'll start with the spiky ball for the calf. So I'm going to put it underneath, generally up in that bulky part. And we can roll from the inside to the outside of the calf. Or you might choose to do a section and do little cross fibres in that area. You can, if you find an area that has a bit of tension, you might just apply a bit of pressure and then take the foot slowly through range of motion. So moving through that ankle. Now sometimes you might need to do 3, 5, 10 goes each way, and then the pain or the discomfort will reduce, and you'll feel that that ankle has a lot more freedom in its movement. So make sure that you're moving that ball through different areas as you go through. And right up the top. Now in the calf muscle, we have 2 in the calf is called. We have 2 muscles, the gastrocnemius being this section up here, and the soleus down below. Soleus goes through the whole lot, but predominantly here. To get into here, you can take the lacrosse ball. We're going to place it in between the ankle bone and the Achilles. So you can place that down there. Turn that foot out on a 45-degree angle, roughly, and go through some gentle movement of the ankle. So that might help if you've got Achilles issues, because soleus and gastrocnemius are coming down and attaching into that Achilles. So just trying to get some movement with that soleus. Okay. And making sure that we switch and do the other side, the other leg, so we can roll through the whole lot. We might section it. And just remember that what you feel on this side might have been quite different to what's on the opposite leg. So it's working to this side. It's not about what the other side was. What you feel today could be very different again to what it was yesterday or what it is tomorrow. So finding those spots, slowly going through some ankle range of motion there. And just seeing, you might hold it for a second or two at end range. And then before I show the outside, so from this one, I'll show the inside coming down again from the ankle bone to the Achilles. You can pop that ball in, turn the foot on the angle, and slowly pin it and go through some stretching movement. Obviously, if you're getting a lot of pain, you're going to stop. Okay, so from there you can spend as much time as you need to. We're going to stand up and go into a stretch for these two. So your standard calf stretch, you probably know, is for the gastrocnemius muscle here. So you might stand and push against a wall or the fence or the couch. And we're getting a stretch, so with that front leg bent and that back leg straight. So you can go through, hold that for 20 to 30 seconds. And then you can come back up, and what we're going to do is drop straight down. So bending both knees, dropping down, and this is looking for a stretch down in the soleus, so that lower section of the calf. Now if you're quite restricted, you're not going to find that you won't get a lot of movement through here. So use the balls first, the spiky ball, the cross ball or tennis ball. Use that to try and get some movement in the muscle before you go into the stretch. And coming out. And then with the other side, just keeping that back leg straight. Now sometimes you find you might not feel too much of a stretch. That's okay. Go to the point. If you are beyond it, that's okay. Just come out of it or try it slightly differently, slight variation. And coming back up and dropping straight down, so bending both knees. So this should feel in a totally different part of the calf. And so you can do these three times each, holding 20 to 30 seconds. And then once you've finished, you can have a little bit of a shake out, maybe some ankle movements, pointing the feet, but just getting some general movement through the area. So I hope this helps after you're being outside and getting some movement into the calves and reducing some tension for